everybody wants to get united. Like, what we gotta do is meet everybody on 149th Street at the bank.
Today I got a video that you newer graffiti artists absolutely need to hear, and it's the truth about fancy supplies. A lot of you guys ask me, hey John, what markers should I get, what spray paint should I get, or what marker should I get specifically for getting up outside? In today's video, we're going to tackle those questions with a bit of truth that I think a lot of brand new graffiti artists need to hear. Also, apologies for the light over here. If it looks like angels are going to pop out any second now, I'm sorry, I'm recording a lot earlier in the day than usual. So once again, to set this up, a lot of brand new graffiti artists, they get into graffiti and they ask me, hey John, look, I'm trying to do some crazy wild styles in my book. Tell me the best markers. I know I'm young. I know I don't have a lot of money. I don't even have my own job. I'm spending mommy and daddy's money, but I want to spend 400 bucks on a stack of markers. Oh wait, hey John, look man, I'm trying to go out and become king of the streets. I'm trying to go all city. I need the best tagging marker there is on the market. What is it? Hey yo John, I know I'm brand new to graffiti. I know I still don't have my Throwie down. I know I still haven't made my tag just yet. However, comma, can you let me know the best spray paint brands so that I can get the highest quality stuff for my huge fat cap tags on stop signs? And I'm sitting, I'm like, bro, you don't need to spend that money. Here's the truth about the fancy supplies when you're brand new to graffiti. And this is the god honest truth. You at that stage are not going to be good enough to get the most out of that quality. And even with that point aside, let's just pretend I never said that last sentence. This early on, it serves you a lot better to experiment with different things. We see this no matter the hobby you take up, whether it's working out, whether it's, you know, jogging every day, whatever the case might be, whatever hobby it is, a new instrument, when you spend a bunch of money and get the best stuff immediately, you don't know how to do more with less. You don't learn how to actually focus down on the important things. There is some utility to getting the lower quality, cheaper, more affordable supplies. And that utility is that it forces you to focus on what's important rather than focusing on the supplies. Because the supplies, in all honesty, guys, they are not what's important. Sure, they do play a factor. Sure, they play a role, no doubt about it. But this early on, they only serve as an excuse to try and justify why you're not performing good. And a lot of times, they look at their work and they can see that something needs improvement and they can't quite put their finger on it because at this stage, they still don't know all of the basics and they still don't know all of what they don't know. So there's a lot of gaps in their knowledge. So when they look at their work and they're seeing that there's room for improvement, but they can't put their finger on it, well, what do? They look at something they can identify and they say, oh, well, it must be this tool. It must be this marker. It must be this paper, this black book. It must be this spray can. It must be this cap. Not realizing, no, it's just that you're new and you lack skills and you lack knowledge. And overall, in all honesty, you lack practice. That's what it boils down to. Now, if you want to learn and level up what really matters, you know, your skills and your knowledge, then check out our Ultimate Graffiti Guidebook in the description down below. It is the only college level book out there about graffiti. If you've been lost with graffiti, you don't know how to improve, you don't know how to find or change your style, you felt like you're in a bit of a rut, especially if you're brand new, or if you're coming back to graffiti after an extended period of time, then I guarantee you my book has exactly what you're looking for. It's the only book on the market that teaches you each one of graffiti's fundamentals as we hold your hand through the entire learning process from the beginning of the book to the end of the book, with hundreds of pictures throughout to guide you through learning. If you're a beginner, you'll get decades of information in one easy read through. And if you're more experienced, you'll learn things that have never been talked about in graffiti before. You don't have to struggle to get out of the toy phase. You don't have to struggle to find or evolve your style. It's really as easy as just picking up the book and reading through it one time. You'll learn everything you need to know. Check out digital copies over at theartistblock.inc with physical copies over on Amazon. We got a link to both of those in the description down below for you guys. Let's say, for example, you start with a low quality can. Well, now you're forced to learn can control. You've got no choice because you're essentially just painting with water. So you have to learn can control. You don't have a choice in the matter. It doesn't matter what caps you have, any of that. You learn to control the spray in such a way where you become a master at it. With markers, you learn to blend seamlessly. You learn to optimize how you're coloring in your fill-in. That way you don't get as much uneven drawing. You learn how to use uneven drawing to your advantage. And with tagging markers, if you don't get something that's high quality, then your stuff easily gets buffed. And guess what? You have a new surface to paint on again. Big whoop. That's not too bad of a consequence. Or worst case scenario, your marker is just absolute garbage. It's trash. It works for like 1 or 2 tags. The ink sucks. You know, it's streaky. But that's not most cases, right? as you get that skill and as you begin learning the important things, well then you'll be able to make better use out of higher quality products. Now suddenly, when you have a higher quality marker, you actually know the concept of blending. You actually know what to blend, how to blend, because at this point in your journey, you've done some studying, you've done some practice, you've been in the game for a little bit, so you actually know what you're doing. And you get the little bit of higher quality stuff, and now you can blend. When you get the more expensive spray paint that, you know, actually has some volume, some body to the paint, and it isn't just dripping immediately, well, now you'll find it easier to blend, easier to fill in, easier to flare. These are all things you already know how to do because you used worse quality paint, but now you can do them to a greater effect and with a lot more ease. But if you started off with those more expensive supplies, you may never have learned how to do those things to begin with. Now, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, you gotta start off with rustos. Don't even touch a Molotov until you have a rusto. But what I will say is these more expensive supplies are expensive. They're not cheap. And a lot of the times, brand new graffiti artists that are asking me these types of questions are still in their early 20s to younger. They don't have a lot of money. They'll even tell me as much. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense to spend money you don't really have on these super expensive supplies that you can't really get the use out of just because you lack the knowledge and the skill right now. That doesn't make sense. Like, why would you buy a Molotov thinking, oh, I'm gonna be able to flare with this when you can't even flare to begin with? You're gonna go out hitting spots, catching spots with a Molotov can? You're spending like 10 bucks just to catch a tag? Like, what is that? Why would you, why would you do that? Talking about, oh man, I need Copic markers or Copic markers. Let me spend 400 bucks on a stack of Copic markers, but I don't know value, I don't know form, I don't know color theory, I don't know how to blend, I don't know how to shade, so I can't really mix and match these colors and get them to blend into one another, which is kind of what those bigger sets are for. That, you know, they give you a variety of colors, many of which are similar. That way you can do specific things like that. Now here's a truth about technique that not a lot of people really talk about, and this goes for all art forms. The supplies you use don't dictate the art form you're doing in most cases. If there's a specific tool that you don't really like using, if you don't like to use markers, then you don't have to use markers. If you don't like to use spray paint, then you can still do graffiti. You don't have to use spray paint. You can do graffiti with a number of other supplies. And as a result of that, your tools change to whatever supplies it is you like to use, and you can learn those supplies. Like for me personally, I really ever enjoyed spray paint to get up. I don't really enjoy spray paint for doing pieces and whatnot. And that's because personally I feel I can get more out of other mediums when doing graffiti, like oil paint, digital, or markers. Now yes, we have to address the elephant in the room here. Higher quality stuff is definitely worth getting if you can afford it, especially once you're better, once you want to understand a little bit of what it is you're doing. But it isn't by any means necessary. It's a similar thing with caps, where people say, oh well, what cap are you using? You know, you'll see that on a lot of spray painting videos. What cap was that at insert timestamp here? And it's like, it doesn't really matter. The cap isn't really what's doing the job. The amazing artist behind the cap is what's doing the job. Now, to get in the weeds a little bit, we're gonna do this really quickly. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this, but when we're looking at the skill of an artist and what determines the skill of an artist, there's three different major categories an artist can really gain proficiency in. And that's your elements of art, your art form specific fundamentals, and technique, which is what this video is about. Now, your elements of art is responsible for the majority of your skill, knowledge, and progress, which is why your tools don't really matter all that much. It's why you can give an amateur the best tools and they'll still create something that's amateur, and you can give a professional the worst tools and they'll still create something that's professional. Then you have the art form specific fundamentals for graffiti. That's going to be letter structure, negative space management, letter name weight, letter name positioning, and flow, and that's responsible for a little bit more of your skill, knowledge, and progress. But then you have technique, and technique is simply the tools you use, how you use them, and the process you use to create. So in this case, that'll be our markers, our caps, our spray paint. And technique is responsible for the lowest amount of your skill, knowledge, and progress. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not to say that you can't become a master with technique. Plenty of artists across many different art forms have done just that. But when we compare the impact of each category, technique gives you the smallest amount of skill, knowledge, and progress. So now the question becomes, alright John, where do I learn these things from? And well, the elements of art, that's easy enough. They've been around for centuries, right? You can learn that with simple Google searches and on YouTube. So the elements of art, just to list them off for anybody who's new to the content, you got line, shape, form, value, space, color, texture. Some people may throw in dot in there, like literally a dot, as one of the elements of art, but that's your list of elements of art. The art from specific fundamentals, you can learn those right here on this channel in our tutorial playlist, right up here. And also, if you want, we got more graffiti content right down here for you to check out. Now, dudes, let me know what you guys think about this topic in the comments down below. And while you're at it, give the video a like if you enjoyed it, if you agreed with the points made in today's video, and I'm gonna go back and work on a Throwie book. As always, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you back here next week.